back. We're Black and Curious. I'm Kendrin.
Hey, it's Deja.
Hello. If you've never been here before, welcome. We do a cross section of pop culture and real life commentary. So let's get to it.
Shall
Megan, down to Netflix.
we? Hmm.
The girls.
They are wearing this drama out to me personally.
So if you've not watched it yet, Megan Sussex has a formerly Megan. What's her last name? What was her? Markle. Formerly Meghan Markle has a cooking lifestyle show on Netflix called With Love from Megan.
Hmm.
And there has been vocal and loud criticism about this show, saying that it is out of touch, that it's not relatable because she's wearing Laurel Piano and Zara together, demanding that she should be giving attribution for some of the recipes that she's using. Um, Let me see. I saw one more. It's out of touch with the times. And I just want everybody to come to the front so I can cuss them out all together. You sound like fools. I'm going to tell you guys that I am a avid cooking show watcher. I am a HGTV watcher. I am a avid lifestyle watcher from the 90s. I watched HGTV in the 90s, okay? Um when they and cooking shows from before Food Network in the 90s when they were on PBS
Yeah.
and on TLC. And there was a show on HGTV that was called Epicurious that was not at all relatable, but they had delicious recipes on there. And I just want all of you to go to hell collectively because she is not doing a single thing that has not been done before. And
Hmm.
nothing, if you saying that she is unrelatable, I would like you to sit down and have a word with Ina Garten, the queen of everything as far as I'm concerned, down to Barefoot Contessa, because this was an episode of Barefoot Contessa from start to finish.
Hmm.
Also would like for you to have a word with Chip and Joe down in Texas, because Joe they got a whole ass Magnolia network.
Network, they got products, they do homes, she
They
got
Target.
cookbooks,
She got cookbooks down to
cookware.
the same soft focus that Megan had. And I want you all to go to hell collectively because I've not heard anybody else talk about anybody else the way that y'all have talked about Megan. And I just want you to know
It's
that
her.
I see you.
It's
What
just
are your
her.
thoughts?
I think that people just live to hate Meghan Markle now for fully into being a Sussex.
Hmm.
And I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like me watching it, like so offline, Kendra and I had a brief conversation before we started recording today where I was just like watching the show, I didn't realize how much Megan and I have the same birthday, which is funny. I think we're like a year or two apart. And
Mhm.
so and have the same birthday. And I was like, man, if I had coin, long coin, I would be living like that too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see anything wrong with how she is living her life and creating this show and like bringing us into what her life looks like. Yes, she's filming in a like a studio because she's not,
So what?
understandably, she's not going to be filming in her home because you people are
Mhm.
nuts.
Not to mention, like, even thinking about Ina, I think Ina built a barnyard
She built like a
studio
whole, yes, because it was
in
on
the
her
back of her
property.
house because she wanted y'all out of her house.
Hmm. And she had everything that she needed and then some in that space up there. And wasn't she up there in the Hamptons?
Was and is
Like,
with her friends trotting by. I was thinking about it this morning
we love
before we got
Ina.
on. Some of her friends were like very famous and accomplished people, like Eli Zabar, is like this huge master baker, just come into the house to have bread and butter with Ina. Like none of that's
Mhm.
relatable. None of that is relatable. Like be so serious. If Megan is not relatable, then neither are any of these people. And I've never heard any more conversation about how unrelatable Ina is. We giggle at it. We know she talks about good honey and good vanilla and all of her stuff in her. We giggle about it. It's funny. But like all of a sudden there's this harsh critique for this black woman up here having a
Hold on,
moment.
slow down.
Biracial.
The Americans call her black. Well, the everybody but her
Biracial.
calls her black, but
Yes.
Miss Mamas identifies as a biracial
As a
person.
biracial woman. Yes.
So
And
I like
she
I
appears.
choose to. We all here at Black and Curious, we choose to identify you the way you want to be identified, which is
Agreed.
yeah. That's why I slowed it down. Go
Thank you for slowing that down. But for this black biracial woman doing her thing. Also, another thing I noticed about the show that I think maybe people are overlooking is and maybe this is what people are really mad about. There's a level of diversity on the show that
Yeah.
I didn't really realize was going to be there. So she had Mindy Kaling on. Her first guest was an Asian man.
Hmm.
Her next guest, I did not watch all 8 episodes to be clear. I watched about halfway through. But her third guest was Korean, I believe, from LA. And he actually talked a little bit about racism and how like because he was cooking chicken wings with MSG and they were like she was like why did that
Yeah.
become an issue
That's
and
the
he was
same.
like racism that's why
Hmm.
um she had a guest that was Argentinian with a very thick um accent and she was white, a white facing Argentinian woman but an Argentinian woman just the same.
That's yeah.
And it's like, are you, is that what y'all are mad at? Because we've had to watch, like I said before, and listen, I am Ina Garten stan, okay? Stan
Got the
around
books.
here.
I don't have
Around
them right
here,
now, but
I want to be clear. Ina Garten is the doll,
we love
okay?
her. The cocktails, the getting day drunk. We
But hey,
love her.
man, the way she be trotting white people through this screen, left, right, and center. Like, let's just be serious. Let's all just be serious. Is that what you're mad at? Then maybe you should just say that.
I also like, and she might have came out to be problematic, as another like home person, but the Simply Homemade lady who was like making stuff like
Sandra Lee?
everyday people.
Yes.
Yeah, because she also was down for the day drunk. I saw
Oh
her.
yeah. No, no,
Oh,
no. Semi homemade with Sandra Lee. That was the dog because her food was terrible, to be clear.
but
Her
them
food
cocktails was
was
not.
awful. If you
Them
have never seen
cocktails.
if you have never seen the Hanukkah cake or the Kwanzaa cake, I
Mhm.
need you to hit after you watch this video, I need you to go down there. I'm going to leave a link below. I need you to go down there and watch those videos. But Mama used to be toasted. And
Hello,
also,
that's why I liked her. But she
listen,
was
her
also
drinks,
making like she was making like everyday like housewife food. Like it was regular. It wasn't all
y'all got Ree down to the homestead, the
oh yeah,
pioneer woman. Y'all got
pioneering.
her.
And apparently she is mega racist. Mega
I'm
they
sure that
are.
she is.
But we ain't gonna have
I
we ain't talk about that.
we're not. And I can't stand that show because I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
No, thank
Like
you.
if listen, and if you want to have a honest conversation about the state of cooking shows, we can go there too because I'd be so sick of watching people make this regular basic food. And I know there was like a shift toward that at some point. I watched like a documentary I feel like on Food Network or something where they were like there was a shift toward making like more accessible food and it's like girl, some of us can cook and we want something a little more than what's accessible.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's where Rachel Ray came in.
Ugh.
And I
Like
don't misunderstand me. I was a Rachel Ray stan. Kendra could tell
I
you.
liked
I
her
had
too.
all of the Rachel Ray things.
I have a cookbook, like a 30-minute meals cookbook or something of
Yes,
hers.
I had all the books. I don't have any of the most recent ones, but I had all the books. I had all
Mm.
the cookware. My whole kitchen was Rachel Rayed out.
Yeah,
I
you
loved
did
her.
have all that stuff. But it's like some of us can actually cook. That's what I miss about like old school Food Network. There was something for everybody, and I feel like there's not anything left for me sometimes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, do I need to? I will say this about Megan's show. Like, this did piss me off. Like, her stamping out those sandwiches, and she was like stamping out the bread and the meat separate and all the pieces to the sandwich. I'm like, no, girl, you assemble the sandwich and then you stamp out the star, fool. Like that kind of stuff. Like that kind of stuff. It was just like annoying. Or when she put together her charcuterie board and it was like, you don't watch enough barefoot because Ina said you're supposed to group things together. Otherwise, it ends up looking like a dog's breakfast. And that's what yours looks like. So that we can have that conversation about whether the food was good or not. We can have that, or whether it was like anything exciting about it. We can have that conversation, but we're not going to act like she's doing something that's so like different from what everybody else has done. And she deserves some great measure of criticism because we're not doing that.
Right.
I'm just not. You can go to hell because there's something under that, and it's either racism or
Ain't no
just
either. It is.
it is racism. It
We
it
know
is
it.
racism. That's what's
Period.
underneath all of the criticism,
Because
white lady.
Demetria, shout out to Rational Respectful, said like y'all are acting as though because like I said, Americans and people outside of Meghan identify her as a black woman. Y'all
Mm.
are acting like there wasn't a B Smith and there wasn't
Oh, I
a
used to watch her show too, B. Smith the
um
Style.
who was it was B Smith and it was someone else. It was two other people that she named. Either way, it was and very visibly black. There was no questions that these women were
Hmm.
black and they were doing these things. So
Yeah.
like y'all are trying to say that she's being appropriating other people's cultures, but is she appropriating other cultures or is she just being who she is, which is a multiracial woman who has relationships with people from all spectrums of racial backgrounds. Like I don't think at the end of the day, it all comes back down to being racist and racism.
The
And
way Bobby Flay has made a whole entire career off of Tex-Mex and
okay.
appropriating those flavors. Like,
And
let's
he
just
not
all
even
be
from
serious.
there. Ain't he from like Boston or something?
He's from like Brooklyn. Like, let's all just be serious. Y'all are racist, and
It's
that's the end of it.
ridiculous. Yes. It's very ridiculous.
That's it. So, anyways, um,
I'll get down in the comments and let us know. Are you watching Megan? What do you feel about all this controversy around her show on Netflix? And of course, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next conversation.
bye y'all.